Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Barry. Today I'm going to be wrapping this Lexus RCF front bumper. The front bumper to Lexus RCF. It's kind of complicated, but I'm going to make it simple. First I'm going to show you some things. To show you off what I did. So I've already began this project last week, but for a theory, I wrapped the top part first. Top part because this part right here is the most recessed area I've had in the past where this bubbles up, but notice that is not bubbling at all. But that's because I used to do one piece, now I'm going to be doing 3 pieces. So what I did was I put everything in here first. And after that, I stretch, no, I don't really stretch, but I do what I gotta do, get over there, and then make it work. I did notice that you do need, so if you did do this piece, you can get a lot of slack here. So it's best to do another piece right here first, and then have this overlap this. You'd rather have the cut facing that way than to face this way. So you'll see that this has got a cut right here. We got knifeless tape right here. And eventually do this, this, and then this. So as you can see, I have it laid out. 1, 2, 3. So what makes the most sense to me right now is to start with the piece that's the easiest. So I'm gonna start with the side. Excellent. Now we just use a squeegee card and just tack that on there. Pull it, stretch it if you can. Probably the minimal stretch. For as far as good. This is the one time that this film decides to actually work with me. Nice. There goes our definitive line. Not too hard. Now I will say you will need to go over with heat, just for certain areas. I'm gonna heat this area because there's certain things I gotta undo, like the little lines right here. But so far so good. The next step is I use a heat gun, and I make sure that this was straight because you don't want any wrinkles when you use a knifeless tape. So to use knifeless tape, you just gotta cut a slit. Give it an entry, right? You want it to guide the string. So give it an entry, and now you're gonna grab the knifeless tape to rip the string. Just get the string. So now you want to leave at least a half foot when you do this because you need a tail. Only way you can grab this is with the tail. I just wrap my finger around it. Now to do this, you want to put your finger right here over it, and then 1, 2. At that point, oh sorry, ripped the wrong one. Bam. Now you just grab the inside piece that you don't need. And then just go ahead and just press it in. Yeah, go ahead and press it in. Clean. You don't really need that much for this. I would leave just enough to cut over, so I would say a good 1/4 inch. I think more than a 1/4 inch is going to prevent the bumper tabs from actually getting into where it needs to be. Alright. Always post heat. For back here, you want to leave a good, about a good 1/2 inch 1/2 inch right there. Now we just gotta do the rest right here. Okay. Let's get rid of this wrinkle right here. Alright. Using heat. Alright, now I'm going to do the other side just because it's simpler. Making sure my knifeless tape is good. It's in a good spot. It's a good spot. So find yourself a piece that can fit. Let's do it. So this bumper was very damaged from hitting the wall of the nerve ring. So that's a good thing I'm wrapping it to cover some of the defects. Ah, not bad, not bad. Alright, done. So the reason why I just lifted it up and heated it is because I actually had a lot of like lines. So you just lift it up, heat it. I actually have a very low setting, the lowest setting. You don't want to be high setting and do that because you're going to burn the wrap. Okay. So now that we got this, you know, the next part is knifeless tape, but we want a definitive line. So I'm going to heat it and then get the definitive line. Okay, so we got our definitive line. Now we can cut it. So I'm gonna start from this end. If you don't have an entry, you're gonna be cutting like you're gonna drag the string and it's gonna cut wherever it's weakest. So you wanna always make an entry and then do it. Nice. So let's pull everything out. And quickly follow by pushing the rest of it in. Ah, excellent. Look at that line. Looks amazing. Okay, again, 1/2 inch. Half an inch down here. Half an inch on the bumper. You can go ahead and just push it, roll it in. This top part, 1/4 inch. And then heat it and put it in there. Just want to roll it in. Alright, let's get to the complicated part. The goal of this next piece is to do this side. We're gonna do right here specifically, and then we're gonna wrap everything else around. So as long as it passes this line, you can see where the fog light or the DRL passes. Like if you can pass there, the DRL sits on top, you'll be fine. So you won't see the line. But we're gonna trim all the way to the edge right here, and that's it. To do this top part, what we need to do first is we're gonna need to do, well, one, fix this line, make sure it's good. Okay, make sure this is good first. Okay. First thing to do this is we have to lay this part flat. Once we put this part flat, we'll cut here and then feed it into here. That way we can feed this recess area. Okay. Part is looking good. Just feed it, get this flat part, bam. All right, now we're gonna have to cut this area, and then feed it into that. Now we tuck that underneath. As soon as we cut this, it should relieve a lot of tension everywhere, and we can just do what we gotta do. Okay. Just a little bit more. Just go little by little. Don't cut the whole thing at once. Just go little by little. It will be okay. Make sure it works first before you just cut it and waste a whole piece of vinyl. Okay, so I'm gonna worry about that bottom part later. So now that I got this part, actually still gotta do this part. Right now, there's still some tension, so I still need to cut all this. Just feed it all in.
Now we just gotta get this area, which should be pretty easy if you have heat. So go ahead and heat it and then just feed it in there. After some heat, I got my line right there, got that right there. So now I just need to cut this right here so I can relieve the tension so I can feed it in that way. Cut here, feed it in that way. Okay, all this extraness, that is good. That's what we want. So now we're gonna heat it. I've gone ahead and started cutting and trimming around the areas. I just want to leave this final part so you can see. So this one you have to be careful. You're gonna have to cut slowly and just go and just like feed it in as you go, because you never know when. You never know. Like when you might cut too short, that's the issue. Okay, so got this area, heat it. Heat it and you just leave it cold. The best thing to do for these corners is you cut all the way here, and then from there you go inch a little bit at a time, and then you finally heat it, and then use a squeegee card to put it in. Otherwise you might cut too little here, too much there, and you get screwed. But notice how everything's fed in. So keep cutting and then feeding a little at a time. It's okay if it's like that. If you notice, it's past the line where the DRL is going to be in, so you're good to go. Now just gotta cut the rest of these. I like to typically cut where it's like you don't need all the extras, so I'm gonna cut right against all this extra. Do not need. Notice I went this way and then I rolled it inward. You want to roll it in. That way it captures everything that you need. And of course go in here and use your fingers and do what you gotta do. But that part's covered. Okay, now this part is good too. So I think I'm ready to use the knifeless tape. Put your finger right here and now we just make sure we use our fingers, get the area, bam. All right, now we gotta trim this area too though. So you can see the definitive line where everything is gonna be cut. Right where the headlight's at. Cut all this extra ass, you don't need it. Alright, leave a good 1/4 inch and just go ahead and tuck it. When you do these corners, heat it. So I left a good 1/4 inch right here, and then so because I left a 1/4 inch, now I can just like tuck it in, because you can't leave that much because you don't have that much space. So one thing I found good is that if you lift this up, bend it a little bit right where the connection is, you bend it and push it in, it'll feed in. Nice. Yep, 1/4 inch is just enough. All right, this final part, we're gonna do this side, but if you notice, I put knifeless tape all the way around. Let me just give you a closer look. So, knifeless tape, I'm covering the green with the edge of the knifeless tape. Here, I left about a little bit of something, but going this way, going that way, and I'm gonna try one out where I put one right here so I'll have to cut and trim. For this, I measured it about 2.5 to 2.5, but I'm gonna cut all the excess out. This is 2.5 feet, so 30 inches all the way around. But like I said, I don't need all of this, so I'm gonna trim what I don't need. All right. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Flat piece. Okay, now we're going to feed this as much as you can feed towards the middle. You're the better off you're gonna be, because we want to hit the recess areas. Do the top part if you can, so you can lock it in. Move the cap. Nice. All right, this is good. This is good. We got it one piece right here. So now squeeze all the air out. Excellent. Ah, nice. Okay, now that we have this, heat this area, get it a little more defined, and then start working with it. Okay, I got lines. Nice. Okay, now heat this area and feed it in. All right, in order to get this side, you have to cut it. You just have to. So I have my hand underneath. You see where it pokes right here? You want to cut a little bit more than that. So you want to leave for here about an inch. You want to leave about an inch, maybe a little bit more. It doesn't hurt. 1 inch. And you don't want to go all the way down either. You want to just go right there. From there, start feeding it in. If you can feed it in, because here it stops right here, so maybe I can go another inch down right there. Okay, so we have that. This tip is right here, so maybe I can go another inch. Remember, all this stuff is going to be hidden, so it's okay, but at this point you might need some heat over here just to fold it over. And we can also add some heat right here. Oh, wait, we have that slit. So we want to connect this. Connect that right there. Okay, now that we connect it, we don't have as much tension. So maybe we can actually fold this over. Oh, still need some heat. Okay, so I'm going to add some heat, and then push it in just a little bit. Yep. Loosen the film and just feed into it. Let's see how this works out. Okay. Nice. See what with this part. Oh. Heat here. Soften the film and just roll it towards the middle. Oh, yep. Okay. Let's see what I can do with this. It's not too bad. So here we're gonna have to cut, but I suggest at this point you start cutting at an angle, because at this point no one really gonna see that part. So you're just gonna cut at an angle and then just feed it towards the middle. It probably needs a lot of heat. All right. This area, good. This area. Okay. Got that area. Okay, now this part, slowly feed it in. Okay, and this is where we will need to cut. Ooh, I got some glue lines, which I don't like, so I'm gonna lift it up and we're heat it again, and then. Okay, from there, nice. Less glue lines, all right. Feed it in there. Okay, again, I'm gonna cut more of an angle right here and leave just enough to wrap over. All right, gonna heat this. All right, this area, I mean, like you just wrap it over. Okay. And we are good in this area. All the excess you could cut off if you want to. Nice. A lot of excess here. Nice, beautiful. We got the corner right there. Now, we can just keep going forward this way, and then we're gonna cut some of this stuff. You're gonna need to leave a little extra. Don't need all that extra. Okay, so this part, we're just gonna, honestly, use some pretty good heat and just feed it in. Soften the film. I have the heat a little high on this one. Just make sure you don't concentrate the heat too much on one spot. You don't want to burn a hole. Okay. I got that corner right there. I have consistent heat, and I'm just applying pressure, going outwards. Wow, this is looking real good. Okay, nice. After the leaf cut, Relief cuts are great if you control them. Nice. Feed it. Feeding it. A little bit at a time. Okay. And it's good. All right. Let's see what else I can cut and trim. All right. Got that there. Okay. Ooh, sure enough, almost there. You can see that I'm just cutting it just to cut at this point. And here is why, because this part, most of this part is going to get covered by the vent. You're not gonna see anything. So you don't need to wrap anything around. I do not recommend it, otherwise it'd be super hard to undo your wrap if you ever need to. Okay, okay, everything's cut. This final heat, just don't do too high. Heat all the areas that you need to. Now we're gonna do the top. I'm gonna cut here, relief cut here. Nice. Relief cut, and then going to lift this up, feed that in. There we go. Looking really good right now. Remember to cut your little entry. Cut the entry, and then keep going. Don't ever stop. All right. Ooh, all right. Ooh, that's satisfying. And get that part. Okay, and then press everything in. So, you know, having a seam or having the line cut where the seam is best, because now it looks like it's part of the bumper seam. 3, 2, 1, and grab the inner piece. Yes. Yes. Ooh, yes. And then close up. All right, for anybody that's questioning my methods, I have this back in. So again, you know, you only need to cut to a certain point because this is going to cover it. It's going to overlap and cover it. So this right here, I did cut one slit right there down diagonally, but you see a little bit blue, it's okay. But you know why? Because if you have this whole flap covered right all the way down there, it's gonna wrinkle. So you just need a 1/4 inch. All you need is a 1/4 inch tuck, and no one's gonna look down there. I'll tell you that right now. Ooh, this is looking nice. Nice, look at the seams. Goes in line with the body line. Perfect. I'm gonna just do the other side. All right, I'm working on the left side, but I just wanted to showcase that I was able to just lay it down. I have not used any heat yet, and I was able to get all this to be touching. So now it is definitely going to be one piece. The only area is I may have to stretch is this, but it's not that much. But this I can easily feed in, and this is gonna work out real well. Leave about an inch. Feed it that way. Leave about an inch. Cut that together. All right. A little bit more lower. Okay, and we can heat it and go. All right, get rid of that tension. And we're just gonna keep feeding it through. Don't just cut how I cut it. You're gonna want to measure it before you cut it. I was eyeing it, so that's why I was able to cut it. The more you're able to feed, the more you can see. So do what you can while you're wrapping this. Looking pretty good. Hey guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. This is me wrapping my Lexus RCF front bumper. If you guys have any questions, please comment below, but I'm gonna end the video by showcasing you the bumper and everything that I've done. Alright guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Peace!